either one. Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Today is Monday, and we are here with Millionaire Mind. They could take over any minute. Millionaire Mindset. Yeah. And the hosts of today are
Danyelle, LaGrande, and my wonderful co-host, Danyelle Claxton, the social media goddess.
Hammer time.
And I am so excited. I am completing a contract for one client because we just got things started. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I got a meeting with another one. So yeah, I am thankful and grateful I will have deposits today.
Hey.
Forward. And also I actually took it upon myself to just step in and just become brand ambassadors. One of the biggest marketing tips that you can do, don't have a huge budget, but you have a great product or a great service. If you have someone that's in your, if you have somebody of somewhat social media celebrity statusship, meaning they got like at least 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 followers, they have a huge follower, you can make them a brand ambassador. You can negotiate products and services with them for them to promote your products to their people. Like, the toothpaste or the all-in-one whipped shea body butter that I know somebody has. Or the school. So the client that I'm working with has a new boutique called Affordable Fashions for $35 or less. Why they come up with a long name like that, I have no idea. But she's got some really good quality clothing and starting online and got a boutique and everything like that. So, we're starting things from ground up. And the whole point of it is like, okay, let me sometimes I have put on a pair of jeans or a shirt and take a picture and, just get it out here. Then it's like, just get it out there because time to take
all the pictures that you did with the different, yeah, that was nice.
Thank you. And that was CapCut. I use CapCut because the background is horrible, but we have tools at our advantage, to make things happen. One of the things I wanted to let you guys know that when you hire a social media manager, just realize that the social media part is all that they do. What I do is now when I'm setting up, I'm telling people, hey, take pictures, take video, send it to me in this Google Drive form, because you see the stories of what's going on around you, but you also have physical contact with your products, with your company, with your people. And so one of the things that happened when I signed up, created the new Facebook page and Instagram page for my client, Facebook wanted me to verify who I was by putting my password. Verify. I was trying to send them an email so they can take ownership of their page. And I don't know my password. That's bad. I don't know my password. How somehow all my stuff is still linked electronically, but I had to send a message out to Facebook, and I waited for a day, and they actually called back. Meta actually called back. That was so I didn't expect that, but Meta called back. If you don't know who Meta is the company that owns Facebook and Instagram. So granted, their brands are Facebook and Instagram, but the company itself that manages that social media piece with the business suite is called Meta, META.
That's good.
So I didn't want you to get confused when I said Meta. So they called me back. My client wanted me to take down the page and restart the page under their Facebook account. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that, because the name and everything has already been taken. So if I try to recreate it, we won't be able to get the same name and have to readjust and everything. And I'm like, just relax, worked with Meta, got my password taken care of, got everything shifted. Now we're moving forward, getting stuff done. And I have to say that when you get started, sometimes you're not going to have all the tools to make everything look perfectly 100% pretty. But over time, when people look at your page and things get better and sales increase and money comes in and you buy more equipment to make things start to look better. If you have the iPhone, I love that tool because you can make anything look good. You know, we're working things out. We're working things out. But the thing of matter is that, you know, you want to get started with your strategy, because I do create the 30-day strategy. The 30-day strategy helps me and both of us stay focused on what to post and how to post, and, you know, get these things organically. So it's a working relationship. And I will have to say that when you do hire a social media, you do need to be in communication with them. That's a big one, because I don't know your brand like you do. So I might need to call you up or text you and ask you, okay, I need a little bit clarification and understanding about this, because if you explain it to me, I can better explain it to your customers, being the voice of your brand. So communication is huge. You know, it's like text me back or email or whatever. Sometimes it's in the most statement because I'm creating something, right? So you have to be, it's not, okay, let me just turn it over to somebody else and let them do that, because we don't know everything about your brand like you do, you know? So sometimes we need a little bit more clarification to better put together what we're putting together to go out. So
I have a suggestion.
yes, ma'am.
So when you're taking on your clients, you know, you need some information. Maybe have like an intake form that they have where, hey, tell me a little bit about your company, you know, how long you've been in business, you know, what are your goals, what are your objectives, because that would help you out a lot, because you say that a lot. So maybe if you have an intake form that you create to have all the necessary information that you possibly need, password, you have that might help you out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let you know. Then, you know, what's your website, what's your Instagram, what's your, you know, whatever your social media contacts, and maybe that will help you out a lot to get certain.
That's what sold me. When that girl, I talked to a lot of people about social media back in the day, and when that sister brought me a whole proposal, then I knew what she was going to do that was in line with what I was wanting. Or I would say, how about this? Should I put all the other websites that I have in case, you know, or whatever that thing is. But because she really didn't have to come back to me for any other questions. You know, she really had everything that she knew, you know, needed to go on there. So, yeah, you won't get around it. That's the best thing. That's the professional thing, is when you know, when the person has to really think about because what you're doing is you're creating a world for them. So they need to sit out and think about it. And make it, and yeah, just think about it and really write all that stuff down. I didn't know all that was necessary, but she sure covered it.
And set your stuff apart, because you know, everybody always saying, yep, I can help you with social media, I can do this, I can do your credit, I can help you with, you know. And then when you know, once you person feel like you organized and you have something to be like, oh yeah, she's serious, she's been doing this for real, you have something to give them. You're not just like everybody else saying, yep, I can help you with your social media, I'm a social media goddess, and I, you know, here, give me your email, I'm going to send you this information. And then that tells you, can distinguish from your serious customers versus the ones that's not really serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because your time is very valuable. So it's going to set apart the people that's, you know, that's serious.
Yeah. And LaKeisha, the other thing is that they will know what they're going to get from you. They're not, you know, it's very clear. This is what I'm going to do. Dun, dun, dun. And maybe if there's something, do you want me to, those little extras, do you want me to create your tree? Do you want me to Then those are extras. Here's other things that I do that's extra. But right there, that form, And again, that website that I can go to the website and see all the numbers right there on Facebook and all that. That stuff is flying by. But if there's a
And,
website that I can go and I can see exactly what, and then you know, the form and all that, if they're interested, then bam.
and your cost,
Yeah.
what you charge for each
Yeah.
thing that you do. And in order to get that, I would just probably contact Fiverr, act like you want the services and see how much they charge and what their format is on what they're offering. I think that would, you know, make your life a lot easier, and it will help you get the clients that you're seeking.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a story today. Where are we going?
We do have a millionaire mindset story. Hey, LaKeisha, you looking beautiful, girl. Ooh.
Sharonda's on. Your phone looks good. Your phone looks good, girl.
Yeah, girl, wherever you going, hon, you about to let them have it.
All right. Okay.
All right, today's millionaire mindset story is. Oh, I don't have. So here go my glasses, my reading.
We must see.
Yes, I apologize about that. Gabrielle Coco Chanel, the wealthy designer, business owner, and founder of a multi-billion-dollar brand, Chanel, didn't start out like most would think. Her mother was an unmarried laundry woman, and her father was a street vendor. They were very poor, traveling from town to town, finding shelter in rundown buildings. Her mother died when she was 12 years old, and her father gave her away to an orphanage. Oh my goodness. In central France. The orphanage was the congregation of the Sacred Heart of Mary, founded to care for the poor and rejected, including providing shelter for abandoned and orphaned girls. Life in the religious institution was strict and food was limited. But this could also be deemed as the best thing that could have ever happened to her, because it was there when Chanel first learned to sew and make clothes. At age 18, Chanel was forced to leave the orphanage to make room for younger abandoned girls. Wow. She eventually found shelter in a boarding house for Catholic girls in Moulins. Having learned to sew at the orphanage, Chanel was able to get a job as a seamstress. She also sang to make money, and people would pass a plate around to collect money if she sang well. She saved her money because she dreamed of one day owning a clothing shop. And with the help of her then boyfriend, she opened her first boutique in Deauville, France. Her clothing was very fashionable and unique. She quickly gained a rising reputation for being on the forefront of fashion, and her initial success encouraged her to start another shop in Biarritz, which proposed a venue for the wealthy during the First World War. Chanel worked very hard to build her business and became very wealthy and famous, and one of the most successful and sought-after fashion brands in the world. She named the iconic perfume Chanel No. 5 based on her daily prayer routine that the nuns at the orphanage required her to do in circulars of 5. She said it would bring her good luck. She was correct. Chanel was an innovator in many aspects of fashion. She developed a new kind of jewelry which imitated much more expensive jewelry. It enabled wealthy people to keep their expensive jewelry at home. It was called costume jewelry, which is now used and sold by virtually every successful designer in the world. Today, as a result of Gabrielle Coco Chanel never giving up on her vision. Her company, Chanel, has revenue of over $5.2 billion a year and gives millions of dollars to charities, helping the disadvantaged all over the world. We are truly a success story in Jesus' name.
Amen.
That was really, I love these success stories because it just shows us in a lot of ways that we are walking in the footsteps of millionaires and billionaires, and how, the Bible says the hand of the diligent, make it rich. And so we just have to stay diligent in pursuing what we want to go after, because it's somewhere in the Bible that says everybody get a time and chance,
Mm-hmm.
To be whatever it is that you want to be. Everybody's success, is different, and
Mm-hmm.
it's okay if you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't want to live in a mansion like I do. And
Right,
it's okay
right,
if they
right.
don't. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to have a bowling alley in their house and a theater. It's okay. Jet skis for your grandkids, so when they come over, they be like, we going skiing with grandma. It's okay.
It's okay. Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Mm.
But I just like it because you never know the story. Sometimes people think these people who are wealthy, that it came easy, and it's not an overnight success. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint at heart. It's for the diligent.
Yeah.
It's for the diligent. And,
Yeah.
and just don't give up and just keep moving, keep pushing. It's okay. You're going to make mistakes, but just enjoy the journey and learn from the mistakes. Eventually, if you don't give up, it's going to have to come to pass. You're going to find your way.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to find it.
From the past, or you will have peace about it.
Oh, you will have peace about it.
Because some things don't come to pass, but you have peace about it. Because God showed you something else to do. You have something else to do. So I'm just saying about the peace that that it does say for sure it will come to pass, but sometimes it does not happen in your lifetime, but you will have peace about it. That I did not do that. If I don't open up my full school, I do now. I have peace about it. If it happens or not, I have peace about it. And that's all. I just have to say that
okay. Well,
because some things that we have asked God for did not come to pass, has not come to pass, but you have peace about it. If it's that you finally found out that wasn't, something else came before you, and I don't mean to be coming against what you're saying, because it's absolutely true. That's what the Bible says.
No, because people who may have the same view that you do.
Mm-hmm.
My view is a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
That what you want to happen may not happen. And I don't think that if it didn't happen the way you want, or it didn't happen, a lot of times it's not going to happen the way you think that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
How you think it's going to happen, a lot of times it doesn't happen that way, but it still may happen. I feel like through God, anything is possible. And if we have not reached the goal that we want to, it's not because of God. It has everything to do with us. I'm a true believer that He gave us everything we need to live the life that we want to live. And then we have to really truly be honest with ourselves. Did I give it 100%? Did I do everything I needed to do to make my dream come true? Like, that's how I feel like anything is possible, but a lot of times if we have not accomplished everything we have, it's not because of him, it's because of us. What is it about me? What am I not doing? What should I be doing? Am I working my business every day? Am I organized? Am I reaching out for other people? Like, I just feel like if it don't come past you, it's okay to be okay with it, but did you give it your 100%? Did you do everything that you could do? Or was you watching too much TV instead of learning, you know what I'm saying, working on your personal development? Or were you going out to the party, to the club, that, you know what I'm saying? Because we all have 24 hours. It's about what are you doing within that 24 hours? We both got the same 24 hours. Were you productive as 24 hours? You know, what's most important to you in your goal and your dream? You know, that's our perspective on it. What's your perspective?
I agree. And you know what? This is a good topic. I agree with that. Totally. I totally. And in throughout this life, it's been that when things did not come out the way, you know, I had laid it out and worked it out and all that kind of stuff, it did not come forth. And so
it don't mean that it won't.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that the let's say something you wanted and well, no, I'm not going to go there. I agree with you because we're not going to get nowhere with that. There's so many things that did not happen, and it was that thing of never. Well, me personally, I never blame God for anything. And now that I'm finding out that we are one anyway, that there's no blame over there. It's God's fault or it's my fault and stuff, you know, because you got so many things that are involved in it. So many things and so many other people. And so, you know, yeah, you keep on going until and if it's not going to happen, because like right now, a salon is never what I wanted, but I knew that was necessary for the school because you have to have, you know, it works together. And I didn't start off in a school because I had to go to school, cosmetology and stuff, in order to do that. But the piece about it, and the piece is not just that it didn't happen. Sometimes the piece is that some things you got to do to make it happen, that you need to have a little piece about that. You need to do that, or you need to deal with some people, particular people around it. And then stay in a way that it's my fault or anybody's fault. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to say that in the sense that everything does not come forth. God told me that this thing that I'm doing now, it will not be finished because it will never finish. I'll do what I have. You'll not see that full picture because it's going to take time for that to happen. So, and then I have peace around that, you know. So that's what I'm saying, in the sense that so many people, and they did do everything that they knew to do, and it just never came out, you know. So the possibility is yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not no law. What to say? What's that saying? Let me say this now. I am you know, we say, this is not legal. I am not a lawyer. I'm not this. So what I say is just my opinion.
It's just your opinion. I mean, you know, everybody has their opinion. Sometimes, you know, I just look at myself like, I know, even though I work hard, I know that I am highly motivated, self-motivated. I don't need nobody to motivate me. I have had a lot of successes, you know, in my life. My ultimate goal, you know, I have not reached, but I can't I'm not trying to say I blame myself, but there are things within me that you have to check yourself. If you're not where you want to be, why is it? Because God has given you everything you need to live the life that you want to live. You create your own experience and your own reality here on earth. And I know I could get sidetracked. Like I know I do this business, that business, this business, maybe I need to, it's a lot of stuff I don't have to do.
Yeah. Yep. Same here.
I could have changed. I should have maybe focused more on this instead of going out and partying. And a lot of partying days, or maybe, and I know I need to be more organized, it's a lot going on. So I do know with the attention deficit disorder or whatever, that most of us have.
I'm gonna say all of us.
But have it because of the foods that we eat. We're eating fast foods. You're eating out of the cans, vegetables in the cans. You're eating bread. You eat,
Sugar.
I don't eat vegetables out of can. I just wanted to say, I saw evidence of your partying. I saw evidence of your partying.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't get out too often.
I said, she down there breaking down. Her and her friend, and I'm like,
Where were you guys at?
Huh?
Where were you at?
Oh,
I don't know. They were up
I went to somebody's party. I was hungry. She's like, you need to come over here. Come invited me to this little spot back in the day called Giovanni's. Giovanni's on Greenfield. And I was like, oh, why not? I'll just stop by there and grab me some. She kept talking about how good these shrimps was. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what? I'll go ahead and go get me some shrimps, eat a little bit, maybe get a couple of days something and go and do what I need to do. Well, they was out of shrimps. And so I couldn't get the shrimps, but I did get the chicken. Yeah. So I did a little, dance a little bit, but I love to dance. It's like a stress relief, stress relief.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know at first that the camera was on me.
You've done a little extra.
yeah. Didn't know that the camera was on me at one point.
I have one question for you and just another statement. I haven't received anything back from the credit reporting place. I received a card from, I don't even know if it was one I had. This is from TransUnion. Was that one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. And they say our records show you already received your free annual report. And it's I could look at I could get additional, but it has no dollar amount, but it has the 000. So I called them, and so they're sending me a copy of just TransUnion. I said, I sent a form for all three of them.
Okay.
She said, well, you have to contact them separately. I'm like, okay, yeah. Anyway, but that was the card I got. And the second thing is, today's the last day for me to apply for the thing happening Saturday in Dearborn. Is it Dearborn Heights?
Yeah, good. I talked to them. They said that it's probably, they sent out another flyer. It still don't have a lot of contact information. I just call them. Yep.
I have their flyer. He sent me.
You can just call them. She said they would definitely accept, even if they is behind the day. It's $20.
Yeah.
From 12.
Have you done it before?
Yes, I have been there before, and they did by this will be my third time.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Money. Each time it's like 200 units.
Okay.
They looking forward to it. They don't. A lot of them don't have transportation. They don't have cars. They're looking to have, to purchase Christmas gifts. So yeah, I think it would be good. $20, can't beat it. And then it's, the time it allow you to recoup your money. From 12 to 6. You can recoup your money
Yeah.
easily. You probably can recoup your money within an hour for $20. But if you spend
$20 is an excellent vending fee.
it, actually it is like, you know. And then it's a few Black people there. The majority of them are white, but there are a few Black Black people residents in that particular building. And the part that I like, they are allowing to invite friends and family to come. So not only is it 200 units, and they can invite friends and family to come to the Christmas bazaar.
Okay, so I will call them. I will call them and wait a minute, how I have to do this, because there was a charge on my debit card again, and I think after when things start, I think I'm going to have another major bank and just you know, kind of low contact with the credit union. Because this is the second time this year, and it's been a few times that I've had to, you know, and then I went to the store yesterday and totally forgot that they had canceled my debit card, and then I couldn't even transfer money from my account because it was that debit card over to my Cash App, so I had to zell it over to Sheena and have her put it on my Cash App so I could pay for my groceries. I was like, this is crazy, but I gotta go get another card today. So I think I'll wait and go get that card, and then I will call them.
Well, they'll allow you to pay when you get there. They will allow you to pay when you get there because they don't have like Cash App. They're not accepting no card or anything like that. So
okay, so I should just call her and let them know I'm coming so they can put it. Okay, I will do that then. Okay,
you can pay the day.
Also, Mama, I was going to say this. This is the one thing I do know about millionaires and getting into that mindset and that spirit of it all. They work with more than one bank, more than one credit card. I mean, sorry, more than one bank and more than one credit union. And I think I said this on the show a few weeks ago. One of the things opened me up to was having more than one bank account. I have a business account that's attached to all my Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, all that. So all of those accounts, everything goes into the business account. And I have a personal account with Chase, and then I have a personal account with Credit One. The Credit One account I use for like my job. So I use that as my own personal bank. All my direct deposit goes into that one. And when it comes to like business stuff, all the business stuff, car note, insurance, that comes out of the business account. And then when I need to flip money or move money around, I'll Zelle from my Capital One account to my business, or whichever account I need the money to go into to do what I need to do. I'll use the Capital One account that I use as my personal bank to fund whatever I need to fund to go. It's been I play it as a game. It's an interesting game, and I like moving. I call it the move money around again. Like I just got paid today. I have to move money around to pay this person, that person. But having the business account separate from my personal account, because I used to have my business account attached. I didn't have a business account. I just used everything for personal. But when it comes to tax laws and everything like that, that's a big no-no. We're not supposed to do that. So, and like I said, this is one of the reasons why I've been pushing for us to get our LLCs so that you can have the business account. Because once they see deposits go into that business account, after a couple of months, you can go and get a line of credit for your business. You can go and get a credit card for your business to do what you need to do for your business. And then there's also opening up the lines of trade, the lines of credit, but they need to see that you have money flowing through there. So I had to change my mindset of how I'm moving money. And like I said, Cash Out deposits into the business account. All the other ones deposit into the business account. I got smart with it because when I need to do my car note, I'm like, business is slow right now. I don't have a lot of deposits, but every time I Zelle from one account into that, Zelle 300 into that Zelle account, for the car note, Zella Hunt, that's a deposit. That's a deposit. And somebody told me you need to have at least $800 a month flowing through that business account. So I'm like, oh, let me break this down, because when it comes tax time, I do have to write off, my car payment. I do have to write off my car insurance. I do have my cell phone bill comes out of the business account. So, right, when you actually get the organization and the structure that this is the business and this is the personal, then you can start moving what you need to move around to do what you need to do. That's been working for me. That's been working for me this year.
Yeah, mine is a little bit different. I do have multiple accounts. I have 3 credit unions and I have 2 banks. And I do keep them separate. I don't commingle. I think it's a big habit because of me used to collect, being an insurance agent. Back in the day, you had those insurance agents that come to your house and collect your money. That used to be me. And so there was like no commingling of funds. So I do have in my Navy Federal Credit Union, I do have an account specifically for the taxes, because while you out here, the business person, and you making these sales, you're supposed to put up money for your taxes. So we do like 30% that goes to that particular account. And I do keep track if I have to use money from the business, and I pay it back. But everything is noted. My CFO notes everything, so we put it back. I do write off everything. One thing that's good to do, which my accountant told me years ago, is that when you keeping track of your receipts, make copies of it, because receipts do fade. Everything should be done. Anything that has to do with business, I don't pay cash for it. I always use the card, so that you always have a track. You never, lose. Even if you lose your receipt and you make copies, you always have a paper trail. You can always go back to your statements and figure, okay, I pay for this. This was, business. This was not, business.
Didn't one of our sisters, Jacqueline Jones, didn't she have an app? Because I know she talked about it earlier this year, that she had an app that, allows you to do your business receipts and separate your receipts from your business and your personal, so you actually have actual record. Right. I believe, I don't know if Queen Aduni signed up for that program, but I know Jacqueline had.
I think she did.
I think that's something that needs, we need to, as we go on into the first year, something that needs to be taken a look at again, as a way of keeping track. Because let's put it like this: I'm a child of a hoarder. I already have hoarding tendencies. Receipts and paper is one of my biggest. That's why I went so digital, because I'm like, paper, it's a thing. So I'm like, but that's something to review, find out from Jacqueline what that system is. And I also, when I checked into the system, what she called the system, I didn't realize that it was another way of, pretty much sharing it with people and having people sign up for it, or other business people sign up for it. It's another way of having a little bit of income coming in, because it's something that you use. And then, I like things that allow me to share with people, but get a little something back. Queen of Duty, did you sign up for that system that Jacqueline mentioned last year, and have you used it?
Pam and I were using it for and using it is cool and stuff, but for me, when Pam, I have to get the information from, it was just too cumbersome for what for Pam and I told her to go right back to the ledger, and that I can sit there and I can read and I can see who paid and I can see how much. And so I just went back to simplicity, because I was not using it to take pictures of I wasn't using it like it is designed to use. So, but I was paying that amount. I just stopped it. And because if I'm not going to use it, I'm paying for something that I'm not using. And it's a good program. It really is. But I had to break it down for me,
Right.
to where all she got to do is do that. So yeah, it works if you work it. It's a wonderful program. I just had to do, because if I didn't do it, then I'm not putting the stuff down. So I had to go back to what I know works.
Also, but that's great. Like, thank you for sharing, because I know she talked about it heavy last year. And also I found out, if you go into the back office of Cash App, Cash App actually has monthly statements.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually print those out and really see exactly what the cash flow is coming in for Cash App and what cash flow is going out. And I believe all the apps actually do that when you're trying to, see what came in and see see what's going out. Since we are getting ready for tax season, but that's another thing, having the business account, you have, like Keisha said, you write off everything,
I was gonna say, so you're right. So I have everything connected. So we use QuickBooks. So QuickBooks track everything. So it tracks everything when I'm doing the vending events with the machine, even with my Cash App. I don't use, it's separate from my personal. And so it is also connected to my QuickBooks. So it reads that, or it goes to the bank account. Everything is associated with the bank account. So it's keeping track of everything. It's about you.
I was gonna say, very familiar with QuickBooks, because it's something that Harold used years ago before we had the apps and everything. QuickBooks is one of the easiest software out there for a small business owner to actually,
about that being the
I think once everything, you get everything set up. What I liked about it is at any given moment back in the day, I could go and actually see what the profit and loss statement is for the month. I knew exactly where the numbers of where we were at, of what, when we had our weekly meetings, we knew exactly where we were at, what money was going where. It was really good. Shoot, I had one of the owners of a home care company sit there and brought out their profit and loss statement. That's what I like. I like people who are business people, who are open and transparent and don't mind showing you their real numbers. So he showed me the profit and loss statement for the business. And I'm like, okay, when you say you got $1 million business and it shows in your profit and the income that came in, I'm like, okay, teach me more, please. But if you don't know what a profit and loss statement is, it's a snapshot of where your business is at in that moment, what your income is versus your expenses and everything else. So you can get a clear picture of what's going on. I think the 3 reports that we're supposed to be looking at on a regular basis is the profit and loss statement, the income statement, and what's the last one, Keisha? Profit and loss, income, and it's one more. When you start looking at this stuff on a regular basis, it changes your mind about how you're doing business. So for you to know exactly where you're at, then you can quickly act and make the decisions that you need to, in my opinion, pump the life, into your business.
It's the balance sheet. Balance sheet.
Balance sheet. Thank you. Profit and loss, income statement, and balance sheets. And if you properly set up your business in QuickBooks and input the information in there on a regular basis, and actually those are the 3 business statements that you actually need if you're going to go out here and get business funding from the bank. So you need to not only see this for your business on a regular basis, but this is stuff that when people want to give you money, they want to know how your business doing. What's the health of your business? Is your business healthy? Is it support?
Yes. And you should put it every month. That's something you should look at every month. And you can just tell by looking at it every month, it gives you a reality check and kind of see what you need to change, what was working, what was not working, where did your increase come from? It helps you to make better decisions, regarding your business, because sometimes just by the numbers, you can say something is off.
What? Now, I'm going to say, since we are coming to the end of the year, these are business tools that you can look at to start setting up for 2024. So, but also I've seen my uncle input stuff from previous years, from the previous month, sit down and actually input everything into QuickBooks, because he goes in with his these three statements when he goes and sits down with his tax accountant. So being more prepared, your tax people will love you the more prepared you are, more prepared you are coming in with these statements versus the shoebox of receipts.
Not only that, you save yourself a lot of money. Because if they have to do all of that, it's going to cost you more money.
So we said income statement, balance sheet, and profit and loss statement.
Mm-hmm. Sharonda had put in the chat about there used to be a receipt that you could scan your receipts and keep it organized. She couldn't remember the name of it, but I think the name of it was called Neat, because I wanted to get it at one point.
I remember Neat.
Yeah,
that was one that had its own personal scanner. This is before the technology of the apps improved, but it came with its own scanner. I remember the Neat scanner. I remember that. Something worth taking a look into.
When that was the cool thing about that, what Jacqueline had, and is that you could take the picture right then and there, before you even walk out the store. And I liked all of that. There was a lot to it that we had to learn, and in this, and a lot of it was just crazy. And the other thing was, Pam is the one who does the books and the money and keep up with that. But it was on my phone, and I always had to give her my phone for her to go in. There was no, well, we didn't know if there's a way. She never brought it up that she could have the account on her phone as well. So it was just too crazy. I need my phone. I got to go. This is a time that she could use it, because, it was just too cumbersome. And that was really simple, that at least we would know. And I could look across in the little phone. I could not look across and see like that. And I do like.
Was it something that could you have, what is it, logged in from a computer?
Probably, I don't know. She was always doing it from the phone and stuff. The bottom line was, it was too cumbersome. It was almost like dealing with social media and all these different places that you can do. And I just like the simplicity of that. And I just had to take the doggone picture.
Okay.
No,
I do want to say this. I feel like December is the month where a lot of businesses we got the holidays and everything, but we're wrapping everything up and getting everything in order for tax season. The earlier you do your taxes, the better. But also, I feel like January is that month where, since everything gets to be reset, we get the plan for everything in December to start anew in January. And so, I'm definitely gonna go back and look at QuickBooks, because I'm paying for it. It's $9.99 a month for the app. I'm gonna go back and look at it, because I know since I got my business LLC and my business account, next it's time to actually start doing things business-like. And I'm gonna mention about the LLC because you sent me a video. There is a new, law that goes into place January 1st, where people who have LLCs have to file a report like the beginning of January. It's the basic report just saying that you are the owner of your LLC. The reason why they're doing this, because the federal government, a lot of people like to hide stuff behind LLCs, a lot of, fraudulent and fake businesses to do their laundering and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff. So they want to cut down on the fake businesses, the people who are doing, the not so good stuff. They do say that if you don't file, really it goes into effect 2024. That is next year. If you don't file, they're charging $500 a day. And I'm like, it's a simple form. It's a one-sheet form to just fill out, because they're cutting down on people. There's a lot of people I've met so many people who have LLCs for businesses, and they have not done anything with them. And so, I looked it up because I'm getting ready and, proper planning, to make sure that we found that form. Keisha, do you know more information about that form? Because they've been telling everybody all
Well,
year.
I know annually anyway, there's a $25 fee that you're supposed to pay every year to keep your business current and up to date. Because anybody can look up your business and see whether or not it's in good standing or if it's not in good standing. So if you're not paying the $25 every year, then it could be after a while it could be considered in bad standing. To get it back in good standing, you have to pay the $25
For
you
each
know
year.
each year, and to get it back into good, good standing. Sharonda has stated something here I had looked earlier. Oh, about growing the Elizabeth. And she said something about a podcast I watch goes live on Facebook for 30 minutes. Then they release them on YouTube. Also, we need a mass flyer for a weekly schedule. I think you responded to that.
Yeah, we do have a mass flyer. And so one of the things, it's funny how the universe works. I've been released from caring for my aunt as of last week. So that 2-hour break that I have to stop, one of the things that irritated me is that I'll get into a work mode after the show, and then I have to stop to go take care of her for 2 hours. And then that stopping, that creation, I don't know, it's like cleaning up your house. Once you get started, if you stop, that energy doesn't come back. So I am going to work on, I really would love a new flyer with new hairstyles and everything like that, but I can work on one that I got to get it out there and really work on getting the basic flyer basic flyer, create a new flyer with all of us on it, because as people come and go, like I don't have LaKeisha on the flyer. I've got to add LaKeisha on, got to take somebody off. So I can work on that today because I don't have to. But and then we did talk about podcasting. I think it was Thursday or Friday. And because there's an app called Anchor that you can use. Anchor. And when I started podcasting, is what I was using to podcast myself, and it makes it easier, and it also distributes your podcast on all the major
platforms,
music platforms. What is it? iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, and I think it does it for free within that app. So I got to look into Anchor, because it makes it a whole lot. A lot of the stuff is more simple than what we actually make it to be, and it's just a matter of consistently getting it out there, on time, because people do look for that. And I would also say like, share, and follow. Like I said, the conversation I had, well, we didn't record it. The conversation I had yesterday was with a sister who called me and apologized for not supporting me. And I'm like, I got more related to her. We are more kindred spirits than anything else. And the simplest thing you can do is share other people's shit. I'm going to say it like that. If LaKeisha pop up something about a product, I'm going to share it on my page. I got to come and get my shea butter because I want to do some more content. I'm stepping big time into the content creating because there's money to be made. We have not because we don't ask and we don't share. Every time I wear a certain something, I get asked all the time. And if I take a picture where I'm wearing a certain something from a certain artist that has, how your goddess go, I'm sharing, tagging, posting where I'm getting it from. When I get asked about my hair, who does it? I'm like, people ask me all the time, do you know a loctician? I'll be like, what do you want? You want a male? You want a female? You want young? You want old? You want a massage therapist? You want tall, short, thick, thin, light pressure, no pressure? What do you want? Because I have a list of people on my phone. So one of the things that we easily do is start sharing each other's ish. And if you ain't posting your ish, then you need to post something for us to share, because people are asking. They are asking, like they're asking all the time, like nobody's business. I just put up a post, the fact that I ain't got no makeup on. I really don't. And yesterday I got a video of it. I went to Naturally Fly. My cleanser is a woman-owned African American plant-based vegan product. And Naturally Fly is one of the few places in Detroit I know I can go pick it up as opposed to going online. And I'm like, I'm running low. I love Mia to death. Her shipping is just way too long. I want it and I want it now. And so I got my cleanser. So when people ask me, oh my God, when I checked out, the girl was like, your face is gorgeous. I'm like, I use only this. I love this product. Talk about your product. Talk about other people's product. Get out there. I think we should do stuff where we talk about other people's product. Talk about the Elizabeth ourselves should be our own, what is it? Social media marketing, where every last one of us, what is it? Is promoting what we're doing. I know me in conversation with Mama Evelyn, she was like, well, Lolly got some beautiful earrings. I don't know if I seen the earrings that Lolly got from Mama Evelyn, but I heard the earrings were dope.
They were on Friday's show. She featured them on Friday's show, and Friday's show was posted, and I watched it.
And
I liked it.
I want more t-shirts. I want a Natural Living by Design t-shirt so I can promote Natural Living by Design. Everett's, I don't have an Everett's logo on anything. So I'm like, amongst ourselves, we should be pumping each other's brands like nobody's great. Because like I said, every time I wear a certain earring, I always get asked, where did you get that from? Where are you getting that from? Or why do you smell like this? Or, I do have somebody that asked me about movement. Do I know somebody with movement? Yes, I do. And I saw her riding down the Woodward last night, yelling at me out the car. It's like, I just love her energy. We should be talking about this and what
Who's that, Mama Hat?
Yeah, oh yeah, I was driving down Woodward and I looked up and she was outside, hanging outside I was like, that's my sister. I love her. I love her.
All right. It's a couple things that I do want to just make sure, because we're in December now. Yeah. And Evelyn talked a little bit about the credit portion. We're working on our credit. And if you do not have all of your credit reports at the same time, does not mean that you cannot work on the one that you have. So if you have the Experian one, then you can use one of those templates to do the Experian one and go ahead and mail that out. If you got Experian, I've only received 2 of mine. So I don't have to wait till the third one. I think you can work on what you have available to send those out, because you copy it, you copy the template onto Word, and you can adjust it to fit your needs. Why are you shaking your head?
I still haven't received. I haven't received the templates. You sent out templates? No, I have not.
We sent them out. Okay.
I did get mine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I resent it. Okay, let's make sure that I have your right. Just make sure I have your right
email.
Yeah. That you sent.
Yep.
I don't think I received anything from you either.
I sent it, I think, last Sunday morning or early Monday morning, like 3 a.m, something like that.
Mm-hmm. I did get mine, so thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're welcome. So I have, Evelyn Pinkert54@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna resend that out before I hit the streets. Soon as we've done. Now I wanted to share that. Anybody hear about the digital currency? I wanted y'all to see this little 5-minute video about what they're talking about.
Quick question, Queen Aduni. The holiday party for the Elizabeth on the Sunday the 17th. What time is that supposed to be?
Is it supposed to be from 2 to 6 or 2 to 4?
Yeah, 2 to 6.
2 to 6, 2 to 6.
2 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, I gotta put stuff on my calendar. So I'm putting that on my
Yeah.
calendar.
We had a guest that was supposed to come on today, Dr. Nicole, and she canceled she had to cancel because she had a very important meeting. But I'm gonna try to get her to reschedule again. Did you ever get a chance to talk to her, Queen Aduni?
Yeah,
Nicole?
I was just about to say, Nicole, remind me what she does.
She does some of everything. She is a consultant, like a business consultant on multiple different areas of your business, strategic planning,
Yeah, that word right
business
there.
plans.
Yeah, she's bad. Yes, I did have a very good conversation with her. And I believe that she is now between her and the other sister that you had come on. I think she works with the church, the church.
Oh, MMSDC. That was Jackie Showers, who is also a consult. She's a coach, so she's also a coach, and she also can help you with certification, which is, I believe, is like very, very important. There is something that's going on Friday. I think today is the last day to register, or the 6th, but the Detroit Food Co-op, they're having something there. And if you have products or something that you might want to get into the stores, they're having a meeting to find out how you can either be involved, be a member, as well as if you have products to possibly get your products in the store. And also Global Empowerment today at 7 p.m. There are going to be bankers, people from financial institutions to tell you about the money that they want to give to the businesses. I don't like to say small based businesses.
Right. We know.
I don't like to say that. I don't call my business a small.
So small.
I just, I mean, it's like it's like you validating that it's small, it ain't gonna get big. So I don't say that. I just, I might say a startup business or something, or I don't know, but I just do not like small businesses. I just don't like to use that word.
Or my little, you see, my little bit. No, don't what? No.
So
No,
for
don't put no
in the community, yes.
LaKeisha, I found it. I don't know why it didn't show up. I found it though. I found it. Okay. I have it. I do have it. I found it. Okay.
Okay, so the Global Empowerment, that's the church, right?
Right. So it's
What's his
Global
name?
Empowerment
What is the
Ministry
power? What
on
is it?
7 Mile and Lasher. Like, you can't miss it. 7 Mile and Lasher. It's big. You're gonna see all the cars. You can't miss it at all whatsoever. But I can give the address. But that is tonight at 7. It's supposed. Matter of fact, let me read it.
What's the pastor's name? The leader.
Arthur Cartwright. Most people call him Art. But yeah.
Okay.
So, and they give you, messages. He is looking for more people to come up to get like everyday products. He got a system in place where you can put your product on the website, and gonna have like everybody support your business, and from that standpoint, and it's over 400 people within the organization. Okay, yesterday, 3 of the largest business financing agencies will be at Global Monday to help you get financing for your business. Don't miss this meeting, 7 p.m. this today. And somebody else had sent me something and it said share it with everybody because he want the place to be packed and full. He want everybody to, to get the money. They do have financing there, also a system. You want to make sure that you're ready. So a lot of people weren't actually ready. Few people were ready. So now if you put your name on the list, they'll interview you first just to make sure that you're ready to go into the portal to get the money that you need for your business. And if you're not ready, they're going to show you what you need to do to get ready. So it's money that is out here. If you are serious about your business, then let's be serious and let's just ask what we need to ask, the questions that you need to have answered. Let's reach out because once you are ready, they say when you're ready, the teacher will appear. Everything you need, it's going to start coming to you. The people that you need, the organizations that you need. Like, it's no reason why we cannot level up, level up. It's just time to level up. It's time to, work on your personal development. It's always growing and learning. So, I always tell my kids, never stop learning. Like, it's just part of life that you're going to be working on all areas of your life. You're working on your spirituality. You're working on, your business, your personal development, and just, you're learning on different aspects because life is just changing, So we just got to do what we got to do. Anybody still that's part of Tableverse? Are y'all looking at the videos? Are you being organized? Are you putting it in your calendar? That's just the biggest thing. Put it in your plan, the schedule. So you said, Danyelle, I be in my mode. I be feeling, I got to go break it. But that's because you don't have it on your calendar. Okay, I have 2 hours to do this. Now, I got to go see my aunt. But it's not been your calendar or you're not, you feeling like.
No. I mean, even if it's in my calendar, it's still a break. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. And I get I have to put things more on my calendar. Like right now, I have to put things more on my calendar. You have to understand, I am a free-spirited entrepreneur, okay, if that makes any sense. So I understand that there has to be stuff in the calendar, but I'm also I'm one of those people where it's like I don't want to have my whole life scheduled because I do want to be able to enjoy the freedom of, art and creating or
okay, and you put that in your calendar too. Everything you want to do, you put that in your calendar. The time for my kids, I'll put it in my calendar. The time that I used to put all of that stuff in my calendar. And
but I am on my calendar right now. Like right now, I have somebody asking me, are you available next Sunday? That's why I asked about the Christmas party, because I know the Christmas party was for Sunday, so I need to plan around that. So yes, even when Medicare asked me what my availability they'll give me a whole list of dates. Ma'am, I need to look at my calendar to see what's available.
All your joys, you put that in your calendar too. All your joys, you want to take yourself out there, you put that in your calendar so that you can do everything that it is that you want. And I guarantee you will be much more productive. We're not doing everything we need to do with our credit because we ain't putting it in our calendar. Like, okay, this day, what day do y'all have that y'all gonna work on the letter? If it ain't in your calendar, then it's not gonna get, you gotta schedule it.
You're right. You're right. Absolutely right. Whatever excuses and we who are that is really where we need to schedule because we're all over the place. We got ideas and everything else. So we really have to put it down and say, because I've had to, in what I'm doing, you get 10 minutes. I have to do that for myself because we could go forever. But if I have it, there's certain calls that I need to, say, okay, 10 minutes, because I know we can go forever, talking. And then, it's what helps is when you can say, you're looking in your schedule and you have playtime. Sheila's playtime.
Exactly.
And I still can say, oh, you want 2:00? I'm booked. They don't have to know what it is, but I'm booked. And it's more of us individually being disciplined to honor what we put down, especially if we're multitasking and everything. That's just a help. It's just a helpmate. And then you can go from there, from that. But I'm just speaking of,
like I'm doing my calendar right now.
types
You'll
and
be more productive. Not saying that sometimes you don't get off of your calendar, but you definitely be more
And
productive.
I see that, and like I said, I'm working on it. My most productive, and I put this on Facebook. I am most productive in the morning. By the time 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock comes, it's like my serotonin level when it comes to being productive and creative just go, and even when it comes to Grand Rising Elizabeth, it's like, okay, I could either get up an extra hour early to do my calendar, but now I'm trying to figure out my schedule. Like, what is the schedule that works for me? What time do I wake up to do prayer and meditation? Do I exercise? Do I get ready? Because after the 2 hours that we hear, then it's go time. Okay, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do it. And I'm like, I love the idea of getting up early and going over my calendar.
Hey, the early bird catch the worm. That's what they say. I get up at 5 o'clock every day. Sometimes, I might go to sleep at 3 in the morning or 4. If I got to make myself go to sleep, I might not, get up. I might get a couple hours of sleep, but you get a routine set in place. When you have a routine, you can get everything done that you need to get done. I know if I get up at 5 o'clock, when 5 o'clock, I do this. I'm going to say my prayer. I'm going to, say my affirmations. I'm going to get on my vibration plate. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going, when I was on my routine, I was able to schedule my social media stuff. By the time 7 o'clock came, I done accomplished so much stuff. By the time, just in them 2 hours that I got up at 5, like millionaires and billionaires, they get up at 5 in the morning. Some of them get up at 3. They go to bed early and they get up. They get up early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had a video. I gave you the power.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Grand Rising, Lolly and Joy.
Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Sharonda said, I'm putting my whole name on here. What you mean, Sheila? No, Sharonda.
Hey, I just wanted to say what I was saying for the people going live. They said, well, they will go live on Facebook, but they will be on YouTube, and they would be over there for like 30 minutes, and then they will release. So I don't know if people want to go live for like however many minutes, if it was 1 or like Danyelle talking about the reels and all that, or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and then be like, see y'all, and then we invite them to over here to the Zoom.
When we first started, did an hour on YouTube and Facebook first, and then we say, join us. We're going to continue and join us over and give the Zoom. And then once people, it was about okay. I'm going to say, where did everybody go? Okay. And so it's just about get that. We had the not the roll-in video, but there was a lot of things. And then because it takes more than just, that's a lot of maneuvering and stuff. It can be done, yes. And then when we changed a lot of the hosts, then that meant a lot of changes. So my consideration now is, how do I do it where where we're not introducing each person, we just roll in with the show, and then the person must be there ready to say, Grand Rising, thank you for joining us and stuff. So it's like thinking through the whole thing. Do I want to change? That's why I use my personal Zoom, because my personal Zoom is always the same. When I would use the other one, I can only go so many months, and then I would have to change. And all those who had the old, number to get in, some we would lose. And so that's why I use that. So there's just a lot of considerations, and we are growing. But in that, Sharonda, we do have videos, and there's a program that will chop it up if I want just 30 minutes or 30 seconds, or I don't know about seconds, but you know, you can say I want 5 minutes or something, and then we can throw those out there to lead us to. So it's that PR piece, PR and promotion piece is more than a notion. I'm gonna say it like that. So we're getting back to that, but on a whole nother level. Another level, video and stuff like that to roll us in. And I do at the beginning, there was an outline. We do this at this time, we're going to do this, bam, 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 and this, because when people want to also advertise, it has to have a slot where that goes. And we must, you know, basically follow, because if you tell me my advertisement was going to be on at a certain time, then I'm looking for it to come on around that time. So we're on our way to doing that. I thank God for all the different comments and advice and ideas. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that we're getting back to that, but it takes more people, you know, to do that part. And I totally respect all of you and your own personal businesses and stuff, you know, even thank God that you all stay on this show for 2 hours. I've considered, do we need to break that down to 1 hour? You know, is 2 hours necessary? We need to think about that. And then will we take the 9 o'clock, or will we take the 8 to 9, or will we do 9 to 10? So it's a lot of things that we need to come up with to discuss that will make the show even better. And for each, now this is my thought, and I'm hanging on to that each show should be promoting their show. If everybody, if there's 2 or 3 people on each team, if, you know, really the general people, no, I'm not going to say that. Each person should be preparing your show for you to take off. Let me say it like that.
Yes.
For you to take off. You can still be part of this, but you have your show that you are seeing what happens, and you can take it and you build your people for, I should be building my people for Friday.
Yes.
Letting them know about the other shows, but you're building your clientele, you're building your following and all of that.
Yes.
That's what this
100%.
is for. And it's a platform for all of us. Just like if we said WJZZ, everybody knows to go to WJZZ and then find your show.
Yeah.
So that's what Elizabeth is really about, you know. I'm build my Friday, and they'll find out about the rest of it. And then we do have a flyer that has everybody, and I have put the new names and the pictures and stuff to go out there, and who the new hosts are. And then so if that's going out, then everything else should be about each of us individually, our individual shows, and pumping that so that you can literally take your people and go and tell them, I have a new show. We're going to talk about blah, blah, blah. And you're there. Yes. So there's more of the big picture.
Yes.
Not about, because I have sisters that I could talk to all the time. I love every one of you and what you bring to the table. And I really feel like I'm with you more than I am with them now. When I was at the shop all the time, I'd see them every day, but I see you every day. That's not, and I love it, and I embrace it. But we got to get going.
Yeah,
I plan for your benefit. Yes, baby.
plan on stepping up in 2024, but I am using this platform to kind of build my brand resume of Madam Finance, because now I can take this and put it on my brand resume and where it says show it. I didn't have one before and I needed one. So now I have one that if they want to go in, they can pull it up. I had a link and they can go and see everything that I'm doing. So, I don't be so hard on myself, because like when I talk to you all, I'm be talking about myself too. Like I've lacked on my planning. I plan for my for most of the things, but I need to get better with putting everything that I need to do on my plan, even if it's just once a month, or I don't plan on doing it tonight. Even if you got something for next year, you should be whatever dreams and goals you have. You need to have that on your planner for what month that you're gonna start it. What month? Like when are you gonna do the letters? We ain't doing the letters because what time slot do you have, or what day? Listen, write the vision down and make it plain, right? What day do you have that you're gonna do it, Evelyn? What day you gonna have that you're gonna do it, Danyelle? Queen of doing what that Keisha? I ain't did my letters yet. Cause it ain't, why I ain't did? Cause it ain't in my planner. Mama Head, what day you got? What day you
got? Oh, baby, Mama Head is on. I've been on. I was on before I got here.
Okay.
So mine is on. Mine is on. I haven't done my letter, but I do my show.
Yes, baby. Yes.
And
so, and I feel like, I need the flyers to put on the flyers saying whoever our guest is or what our topic is. I actually need to have that. So I can put something, a cover, something showing the day of the show on my brand resume. So I'm going to have to step it up, and don't rely on anybody but myself. I got to be solely responsible to do whatever it is that I need to do to make Madam Finance successful. I can't depend on nobody else. I just have to, you just got to do whatever it is that you got to do to make whatever you need to do happen. Be 100% accountable.
Mama Head?
Yeah, thank you, LaKeisha. That was amazing. Queen, I just wanted to say, even before we had this platform, when we were doing Home Depots, I would always do pretend. I would tape a video and pretend like I was talking to a group of people, and it was my pretend thing, and it was for me mostly. But I'd always wanted to do a talk show, and so when this came up, I was like, oh my gosh, she's alive, so I've been doing that. Like I said, when we would work, if I had an opportunity to be somewhere and I thought about something, I would get on and say, hey, this is Mama Head coming to you live from the Ewok Circle off site. I would pretend like I was my own, what do you call it? Journalist, whatever, video person, whatever. So when this came up, I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening, But with the 5 rights, and when the pandemic hit, that was definitely when I said I got serious. I said, you know what, I'm doing this every blah blah blah. I used to do it at 6:30 in the morning, and then I dropped down to 7. But I had groups that my girlfriend called me, and we for a month we got on a group that I was in from California, and the ladies were other places in other states. And we were together for a month, and it was really good. I had some women that would join me in the mornings, before they went to work or started their day. And so, over time they would join me. And so that first I did it with Zoom. I was just on Zoom. And then I eventually went on to YouTube. Whatever you call it, Instagram, and started doing the videos there. So I've been doing that. I've always, I've told you all before, like when I had to wash dishes, I was like, I hate washing dishes, but I was like, okay, let's have a washing dishes class when I was little. I went and got my chalkboard. I said, I'm teaching people how to wash the dishes. And I've been doing this. I've had concerts. I've had the head is Erica Badu, and I would dress up and get in my mirror with I told you all I had a vacuum cleaner, and the handle would come off. So that was my mic extension, my wireless mic. I'm running. I would always have concerts and stuff. I've always been, doing that in front of with the mirror or whatever. So, you know, it's just like it's come off of idea and become reality. So, and that's why I be so down about that word. We do and we be. Most of the time people use that word and they are already doing the thing. That's why I'm so hard about that word, you know. So I love y'all for allowing me, and you know, my eyes roll or I drop back or whatever, but you know, just do it. You can, and pretending. I think because, and I was talking to a young lady, I've been working with Shion Designs, who's down at Eastern Market on Sundays. Steph and Ty asked me to help sell their hats with her. And so we're just sitting there throwing ideas out and just looking at how similar our lives are. And she, you know, so I'm, you know, we working together. And so, you know, bringing that together and doing little clips, you know, we, you know, if you're shy, whatever, it's so like Danyelle says, it's all right to be human. You can correct yourself. That's how people learn, even correcting yourself as you're in that. I remember the 5 rights, I was saying something incorrectly. I said, you know what? I've gone back in the videos and, you know, restated or comments, or even when our guests come on, I make sure, I haven't done it lately. When our guests come on, I go back to the original post of the flyer, if I did or not, and I put the clip in there. So now they can take that clip and put it on their pages. You know, it's there for them to review and they can share with their neighbors. Or I noticed that when I look at our
That's a good
recap,
idea. Let me throw
nobody,
that is a good idea. What
yeah,
you just said.
nobody, I'm just looking. I go back at these clips. I'm not saying y'all not looking at them, but we not liking them. We got to like and share.
Yes.
And I said
But
that.
I,
We need to
but I
like
also, one more, and I'm almost done. When I'm on my YouTube, I've gone in my Elizabeth and put the Elizabeth YouTubes on my YouTube playlist that I had to open up because I had private. So, you know, let's do those things. They're already, we don't even got to do nothing. All you got to do is say, you make a comment, say bloop, or in the commentary, I'll say who the guest was in our recaps. Now that's something I need to go back and get back into. So yeah, I'm on it. I do need to do my letter though.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, I want to, because we're the Millionaire Mindset Monday. It's a lot of things that I'm going to start sharing because I've been really getting deep into like BRICS, you know, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The things that's going on, the money aspect. So it's one thing I wanted to talk about, the digital dollar, and it's coming. And there's so many things and myths that's coming out that they have. And I just want to make sure that we're at least up to date with some of the currencies, the things that's going on in our economy, because that's important too. That we are familiar with certain things. So I thought this was pretty much interesting because I've been reading a lot about the digital dollar and people saying it's here, it's coming. And I just want to kind of like let you all hear this. It's only 5 minutes and let's get some feedback. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Considering the creation of a digital dollar, cyber currencies have many supporters, yet critics warn they would be a privacy nightmare.
One currency expert claims the removal of cash would push America closer to a totalitarian state. Dale Hurd has the story.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell told the House Financial Services Committee in March that the Fed had already begun testing a digital dollar.
So what we're doing is experimenting in kind of early stage experimentation. How would this work? Does it work? What's the best technology? What's the most efficient?
Just like paper dollars, a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, would be issued by the Federal Reserve. Those pushing for it say it would have several advantages over physical money. They say it could be used to fight inflation because the Fed would have more direct control over the money supply. It could speed up transaction payments and help fight money laundering.
The ability to track transactions has a couple of elements that are very attractive to economic policymakers. One is to know where people are spending their money. Another is to track taxes and prevent evasion and that sort of thing.
Backers say the U.S. needs a digital dollar if it wants to remain the world's reserve currency. Opponents warn that it could be a very effective instrument of government control. Physical money has been called one of the last bastions of privacy. Laws like the Bank Secrecy Act have already stripped away most of the privacy from bank accounts and financial transactions.
Banks have really a ton of power that people don't realize to shut down accounts, to freeze accounts, and to end up holding them for really any number of reasons.
Currency expert James Rickards says a digital currency would move America closer to a totalitarian state.
If I buy anything, the government doesn't know it. MasterCard kind of knows it, but even MasterCard uses product codes. So they don't say, you know, Jim bought a Snickers. It says Jim bought miscellaneous merchandise at a retail place. So the government doesn't know what you're doing. But with this new central bank digital currency, they will, because they maintain the ledger. So if I buy, you know, Ron DeSantis' new book, or I go to a Donald Trump rally, or whatever it may be, the government, using artificial intelligence and having that information, which they would, are able to profile you. They say, well, this guy kind of looks like a conservative, and maybe he's MAGA. And then you've got a target on your back.
Last year, a Canadian court froze millions of dollars raised for truckers blocking roads to protest COVID-19 vaccine mandates. When the Pakistani government was faced with almost nonstop protests last year, it threatened to switch off the bank accounts of the protesters. A digital dollar could not only be switched off, the Fed would be able to force negative interest rates on Americans if it wanted them to spend more, penalizing savers. Digital cash might also be an easy target for hackers. On the bank-to-bank level, a real-time payment system called FedNow is expected to begin in July. It's not a digital currency, but an upgrade to what some call our antiquated banking system.
FedNow service is an instant payments infrastructure that financial institutions can use to clear and settle payments instantly.
Large bank deposits will be expected to clear much faster than they do now. But when it comes to a digital dollar, Fed Chairman Powell has admitted he's not at all confident that Americans want it. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Well, this ought to send a chill down your spine when you read in the book of Revelation that there'll come a day where you can't buy or sell. The digital currency actually enables that. If they're physical currency, whether that's coins or paper money, you get to have that, and you get to have physical possession of it. And so you can go to a marketplace and you can buy. You can also take your products to a marketplace and sell them and get cash. And the government's not involved in that transaction at all. They don't even know it's happening. But in a digital currency, they will know exactly what you're buying and how much you're paying for it and who you bought it from. So now you have absolute control that they could shut off your digital currency. And in that shut off, you don't get to buy and you don't get to sell. Now, if you don't think this is something that a government can really do, let's go back to 2012, where Lois Lerner is working at the IRS in the tax-exempt branch, and she denies tax-exempt status to any group that's got Tea Party in the name. She denies their ability to have that status, so the contributions to that political cause were shut down. And she did it intentionally. And it looks like she had regular meetings in the White House. And I don't know if they discussed it, but why in the world is the head of the tax-exempt branch meeting regularly in the White House? So look at this. This should be something that every American says, no, we value our privacy. And I would encourage you, I'm starting to do this more and more. When you have the chance to use cash, please use it. It will actually protect you in the future.
There's one simple vision hack anyone can use to improve vision. So you can say goodbye to your optometrist for good. Did you know that vision impairments have nothing to do with your eyes? The eyes are simply a camera for the part of the brain responsible for your sight.
Talk to me about the three forces that you see.
So what y'all think about that?
I call bullshit. I don't like it. It's crap. They push so many things that we did not vote for. like this war going on. I want put my portion in my account. I don't want to donate to the war. You know, it's ridiculous. Even with taxes, they said that taxes were only collected during war, and then they just kept going. You can send letters and say that you don't want to support that part. All you gotta do is send a letter. This is, you know, it takes humans to support businesses, and we are the most disrespected. The most disrespected.
So, yeah.
It's not okay.
It just goes to show to me that we really have to get ourselves together, like get our act together, because, you know, people who are wealthy have a better opportunity, because it's gonna be the rich and the poor. You know, it may not be a middle class. So, you know, people who have money have power, and they can do things and not be subject to a lot of other things. So I just feel like, go ahead.
Yeah, I just, I understand why you all talk about that a lot, but people with money are very dangerous. You know, we quoted Bill Gates and his success. That motherfucker he is something else. The things that he has done. I don't know if you all have read, he's buying up land, creating vertical farms. The farmers are pissed, but people are letting him buy. And because he has money, he's buying, and the things that he's done, those, when you see those commercials with those children with flies flying around them and they're giving them vaccines, he and Fauci are the ones who have created those places. Those children are messed up.
Yes.
And you think you're sending your money to these, help a child every day, and you're funding their bullshit, the stuff that they don't talk about that they're doing.
That's why I feel that God need more good people with money. That's why, because you're right, it is dangerous, because when you have money, that's why you have to be well educated, because it can be dangerous, or it can be tremendously helpful, because when you have money, you have to be careful, because some people would do anything to get money. You have a lot of power and control. That's why you have to be educated on what to do with the money. But you also see with these success stories with these multi-million billionaires that they are philanthropists, because it's not just for you. It's not for you. God works through people. So he need more people with money to be able to make a change. You can't make no change. I don't care what a lot of people try to say. You're always talking about money, because I want to help people. It's not just for me. I just been groomed to be a blessing, to help people. And that's what he do. He works through people. And you can't really help nobody if you don't have no money. When there's a tsunami and people have lost their homes, or they done had forest fires, who do you think come to the rescue? People with money, people donating, putting together. How magnificent could it be if we had hundreds of people that was a millionaire and been able to pull together to make a difference, to make a change, to stop people like him to do those different things. You can't fight if you ain't got no money to fight with. How you gonna fight somebody and you ain't got nothing?
I'm not, LaKeisha, I hear you on that, but that ain't it. It's not the IT, because we have things that we can donate, and time we can donate as well. So it's a group of things, and sometimes your intellect can also help in doing the work. So I hear you on that, but
yeah, but you servicing, you volunteering, that's one thing. Okay. Yeah. All of that.
It's a part.
That's a part. That's a huge part. But also, how much is it going to cost to get this house back able it? Okay, we got the volunteers, but if you ain't got no money.
Right. That's true. I'm just saying that thing. So, but I'm
the volunteers help put the house back in.
Right.
All I'm saying is that you can't. It's not enough just to pray for somebody. It was something in the Bible I remember that stood out, and they prayed for. It was two individuals, something, and they needed clothing and shelter, but they prayed for them. They prayed for them, and God was like, Why didn't you give them food and clothing? That's what they need. Prayer is good.
Yeah.
But why didn't you give them food and clothing? Because that's what they needed.
Right. Right.
I have some. Hello, ladies.
Yes.
Are you all familiar with Bitcoin?
Yes.
Okay. This digital thing is coming in whether we want it to or not because of this world that we live in, of course. Bitcoin is a good thing. And the thing about it, the government doesn't want it to come in because they can't control it. So that's why they're coming out with that information we just saw now. So they can,
they're getting involved. So because they are not involved in that. Anytime the government is involved, they they want a piece of the action.
Right.
And they're creating their own the U.S. Bitcoin kind of coin. They're creating that.
They're creating theirs.
More people will feel secure going the government route than Go ahead, Joy. Go ahead.
Have you all heard, to change the subject? Go ahead, LaKeisha.
It's advantage and disadvantage with which it is with everything. But go ahead. I wanted to hear your feedback, Joy. Since you
I was gonna say to change the subject because it's all about what we focus on. Have you all heard of the game Cash Flow?
Yes.
Has anyone played the game Cash Flow?
Can you elaborate? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, have you heard of Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Yes.
Okay.
I have the game.
Oh, so you have the game? Okay, well,
I have the youth and the adult. Yeah.
That is so awesome. That is something that I think people should play that are in business should play on a regular, because it puts you in that physical feeling of, ooh, should I buy this? If I have all this money, should I buy this apartment? One thing I always ask people, today is your lucky day. You want $350 million. Can you tell me step by step, what are you going to do? Very first question. Are you going to take it in a lump sum, or do you want it throughout your lifetime? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're striving to get this money, but once we get it, can we handle it?
We had actually, I think Reverend Omani had us playing that game. So yes, I know what you're talking about.
And I love the.
No, that's not.
I mean, it's similar. Well, she talks about it.
Really a different.
Hold on. I'm just saying. She said you've got $200. What are you doing? The next day she said you got 1,000. Then the next time you got 5, and then 10, and then 1,000,000. So it's a similarity. So that's what I was speaking to.
But Cash Flow takes you through live events, and you emotionally become these people in the game. That's what I like about it.
Okay.
And that's what we all are striving to do, becoming more of who we really are at this point today. You know, becoming.
So maybe we need to have an event and play and do that.
Do it on an ongoing. If you can. Yes. I used to play the game, like the game used to cost $200. I don't know what it costs now.
It costs more than that now.
We would have the parties and people would pay $5 to come play the game. But it was, and we do it like every other weekend, but it just makes you feel where we're becoming, what we want to be.
Exactly.
Just like LaKeisha was saying, I don't like calling my business little. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those words are powerful. You know, instead of saying startup, instead of saying little, say startup.
And it makes you think like a millionaire, billionaire.
Yes.
Or financial professional, because it's for you to think outside of your box. Something that is stretching you. It's stretching you. It's stretching your thinking. It was a guy, his name was Usama, and they used to have the parties. And I only went to like a couple, but it was very dynamic because it's very analytical. It really makes you think. It increase your thinking when it comes to money and finances.
Problem solving. Yeah.
Yes, it is phenomenal. And like on a regular basis, it would be good to have something like,
or at least once a month. Once a month. I'm not in the city with you all, but I'm
down.
I love the energy that you all project, and just seeing Women, we have so much power amongst ourselves, spiritually, mentally, and physically, and just helping each other.
Right.
Last question. What is the difference between us and Bill Gates? Can anybody tell me? Since you said something about Bill Gates, can anybody tell me? There are a lot of different, but it's one main difference between Bill Gates and us.
We human.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. That's not what she's thinking.
That's not check. I don't know.
Hello.
I know what I am. I don't know what he is.
I think the difference between us and him is our love for humanity. Our love that we have. Our spirituality, we're givers.
Okay.
I mean, like, I feel like that's the difference.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well, I know he wants to eliminate the amount of human.
That was a good one, Mama. That was a good one. Well, the major difference between Bill Gates and us is his thinking.
This is what?
His thinking. How he thinks. That's the major difference between us and Tesla. The owner of Tesla is our thinking.
Elon Musk.
Yes, thank you. Is our thinking. The major difference between Michelle Obama and us is our thinking.
Right.
Because we have the means, we have the power, we have spirituality. We got enough power on this phone call to change the trajectory of the United States. We just have to start with self.
Tell it. So yeah, like LaKeisha, you were saying, like the money, when we get the money, the money doesn't do anything. You can have the money, but the money ain't gonna do nothing, like you said, without the people, because it takes the people to build the buildings. It takes the people to put the things in place that need to be put in place. So I'm not saying I'm against. I'm just saying that focus, that focus just, it makes me nuts. It makes me nuts.
Because people focus a lot on the negativity, because it is power. When you have money, it is power. That's why it's important to be around mentors of people, you know what I'm saying, like, that has money, that's doing something good. That's why I feel like God need more good people with money, because you will be able to make a change. You can't handle nothing that you don't like if you really don't have no money to back it. When you have money, you can make a difference. I don't care how nobody could try to make it seem like it. Money can help make a difference.
I agree.
It works through people.
Yep. Amen.
I like the word help. That's a little bit more comfortable for me. That word makes me more comfortable.
People abuse the power. People abuse the power when you have money, because with money it does become, it does. So that's why it's important.
And then we have to understand what is our relationship with money. That's very important, because money's a frequency. Money's a frequency.
Yeah, because I look at times, I think about on times when they didn't even have money. Money wasn't even a thing. I think they used cowrie shells for means of exchange. So I look at those things, but I think we can work at, I remember reading about how this was amazing, and then the government punished them for it, and what's his name? Marcus Garvey. He asked everybody to send him $1 in the mail, and he made $1 million. He made $1 million, enough to buy a boat, because he was like, we going back to the continent. He said, everybody, we're gonna get on this boat and we're gonna go to the continent. He started using hemp and making clothes and all of those types of things, using the resources that we have on this planet to make clothing. And those things were not necessarily pollutants to the world, and all this consumption. This damn consumption is eating us alive. Back in the day, we used to fix things when they broke. My sister had a lamp. Her dog chewed through the cord, and the lamp is no good anymore. But I know that my father taught me a long time ago. We went through the house and repaired all of our bad cords, and you can rewire. You don't have to rewire. You just put a new end on it and plug that sucker back in. We don't fix things anymore. We go buy a new one. We used to fix stuff. My brother talked about how we just the gluttony and how we don't, we just have so much waste and so much trash because we're throwing things away. I read that in New York, people would buy coats and put them around trees. Their companies, when they don't sell things, they destroy them or they throw them away. And I think people that were working at the department stores would start putting the coats on the tree so people can come and get a coat. Now, then in retail, they tell them you have to destroy because the employees will go in the trash and get the things that they threw away. They do this on Home Depot. If somebody sends a product back and says this got a dent in it, they destroy it. We used to have that stuff, Sears would have a sale on the thing. Who's going to see a dent in the refrigerator when the refrigerator still damn work? Those are the things that bother me. Okay. So, let's get back to our repairing, and we have so much stuff. If something is missing in your life or you need something, let people know so people can help you, because Danyelle has a storage unit full of things and useful things. That's why she stored them. We have stuff that other people can use. We have families that are in need. Yes, money, it will help, but some people have the things that are already needed. So that's just where I'm at. That's where my heart is.
Okay. So
yeah.
In response to the video about the digital currency.
And ladies, it is, Sharonda, let me just throw this. It is after this is 10:11.
Okay.
Yeah.
After Sharonda, let's complete.
All right. So I'll be quick. I've heard that they're trying to move us towards looking like China.
Yep.
So with all of that being said, for me, I don't necessarily agree with it because, okay, when we talk about credit and all that stuff, we can build. I don't want everybody to know every move I make. If I'm going to benefit off of it, yes. However, I don't want everybody to know every move that I'm making. So I do like cash and it does have its benefits. But to what Miss Joy was saying, we gotta, change our thinking. But as far as that digital currency, I don't agree with it. However, with the thinking, like she was saying, all I want to say is we do need to diversify our funds.
The
portfolio.
Okay. Y'all want to close it out? Thanks, Sharonda, and everyone who's had this has been wonderful. LaKeisha, you want to close us out or?
Okay, everyone. I want to say thank you for your time and visiting us today. Let's give ourselves a big hug. And kiss yourself. Don't you love yourself? Love on yourself right now. Hug yourself. Let's hug the world. And let's just sprinkle love, peace, and happiness to everyone. Yes.
I'm going to get us some glitter. We need some glitter.
Where the pom-pom at?
And
pom-pom.
And I just everyone have a wonderful and fantastic day.
Thank you.
On
Thank
purpose.
you, LaKeisha.
On purpose. Because remember, it's always a choice.
Yes.
Ashe.
Peace out.
I love y'all.
Love you.